Iris, 38, clicked away at her laptop, crafting her latest post on family life. Her blog, The Real Mom Chronicles, was filled with advice for working parents trying to navigate the cares of modern family life. She was an expert at juggling it all most days. But Christmas was always a test. Tina had two kids, Sophie 10, who was entering that too cool for everything phase, and Oliver 7, who still believed in the magic of Santa but always expected all the Lego sets. Mark, her husband, was a finance guy who worked long hours and usually contributed by ordering gifts at the last minute. This year, Tina was determined to make the holiday perfect, but with just days to go, she realized they had barely started. She quickly typed up a last minute list: Sophie's headphones, Oliver's Lego sets, and a few surprise gifts she hadn't told Mark about yet. Christmas was about family, right? But somehow it always ended up about checking boxes, decorating, shopping, wrapping, until everyone was too tired to even enjoy the holiday. As the Christmas hustle picked up speed, Tina sighed, thinking about how many parents were out there just like her, trying to make the magic happen, even as the stress of it all threatened to spoil the fun. It was Christmas Eve morning, and the chaos had officially hit. Tina sat at the kitchen table, scrolling through her phone, trying to track the gifts she'd ordered. Her heart skipped a beat. One delivery had been delayed, another unavailable, and a third had been returned to a sender. Mark, she yelled, slamming the phone down in frustration. The presents, some of them, aren't even going to make it today. Mark, who had been pacing around the house muttering about last minute work emails, froze. What? Are you serious? Tina turned the phone toward him. Look, Sophie's headphones are stuck somewhere in a warehouse, and Oliver's Lego set hasn't even left the warehouse yet. Mark's face fell. That's not good. Tina ran a hand through her hair. You know, this is exactly what happens when you order gifts too late. And you, she shot him a look, you still haven't even wrapped anything. Mark frowned, picking up the phone. Well, there is a delivery company issue, and the app glitched. Great, Tina muttered. A glitch, really. That's what we're going with? The house was filled with the sound of Sophie and Oliver bickering about who would sit where on the couch, unaware of the impending disaster. Tina knew she had to break the news soon, before the kids noticed the missing presents. Later that afternoon, with the Christmas tree sparkling and the smell of gingerbread cookies wafting through the house, Tina and Mark gathered the kids in the living room. Sophie and Oliver looked up from their tablets, their faces lit with anticipation. All right, kids, Tina began, putting on her best, calm parent face. We need to talk. Sophie rolled her eyes. Oh no, here we go. Are we getting another one of those remember what Christmas is really about speeches? Tina sighed. Not exactly, but it looks like some of your presents won't be here on Christmas Eve. Oliver's eyes went wide. What do you mean? Mark chimed in, trying to lighten the mood. Well, apparently Santa got stuck in traffic and the elves had a little delivery hiccup. It happens sometimes. Tina shot him a glare. Really? We are blaming the elves now? Sophie crossed her arms. So, we are getting presents after Christmas? Mark nodded sheepishly. That's the plan. Maybe a Christmas Day surprise. Oliver's face scrunched up. But I want them today. What's the point of waiting? Tina smiled, trying to ease the tension. Well, sometimes the best things are worth the wait, and it's just a couple of days, right? Sophie smirked. Right, Mom, sure. It's like an extended Christmas bonus. Oliver wasn't convinced. I'm gonna tell Santa you messed it up. Tina and Mark exchanged a look, both trying to stifle a laugh. As the evening wore on, Tina and Mark sat together, their kids seemingly unaffected by the delay. Sophie had disappeared in her room to sulk, while Oliver had moved on to a new game on his tablet. Tina stared at the Christmas tree, the glow of the lights now seeming to mark her. I can't believe this is happening, she muttered, pouring herself a glass of wine. Mark sighed, rubbing his face. Yeah, I thought we had it all figured out this year. Tina leaned back on her chair. You know, I can't help but feel like we've totally failed. We promised the kid the perfect Christmas, and now we are telling them their presents won't even arrive on time. Mark was quiet for a moment. It's just stuff, Tina. We've got the important things, right? We've got each other. Tina raised an eyebrow. Oh, is that what we are telling them now? It's just stuff? She leaned forward, her voice laced with sarcasm. Yeah, because nothing says Christmas magic like waiting for Legos and headphones while everyone else is unwrapping gifts. Mark gave a half smile. Well, the kids will live. They'll get over it. But Tina wasn't so sure. The pressure to create perfect memories was overwhelming, and now it felt like they'd failed. Was it possible to make it through the holiday season without having a meltdown? Couldn't their kids just appreciate the togetherness for once instead of starve? Christmas morning arrived with no sign of the missing presents. Sophie and Oliver were up early, eyes wide with excitement, but Tina could see their disappointment creeping in. Sophie kept glancing at the empty space under the tree where her headphones should have been, while Oliver's focus was split between the Lego boxes that weren't there and the other presents he had received. Tina took a deep breath. Okay, kids, we've got a little surprise. Sophie rolled her eyes. Is it more togetherness? Tina chuckled, rubbing her temples. No, I've got an idea. Maybe we make today a little different. What if we just focus on what we do have right now? I mean, we've got a full breakfast, time together, and, we'll be seeing those presents soon enough. Oliver's eyes lit up. Wait, does that mean we are getting the presents soon? Tina smiled, feeling a little lighter. Yes, yes, we are. But you know what? You can enjoy today without worrying about what's missing. Maybe it's not about the timing or the stuff. Maybe it's just about being here together today. Sophie shrugged but managed a small smile. All right, fine. I guess we can make it work. Mark chimed in, grinning. See, the best presents don't come in boxes, anyway. Sophie rolled her eyes again, but this time she seemed more amused than annoyed. Okay, Dad, whatever. By the end of the day, Tina found herself reflecting on how the whole situation had unfolded. The morning had been filled with a bit of chaos, a few disappointed glances, and the inevitable jokes from the kids about Santa's slower than usual delivery system. But by the afternoon, things had settled. The presents had arrived later that evening, slightly delayed, but still the right size, shape, and color, and surprisingly, no one seemed to mind much. Sophie and Oliver had spent the day playing with the toys they already had, watching movies, and most of all, being together. Tina had expected a meltdown, but instead she saw a quieter, more thoughtful version of Christmas. Maybe there was something to the idea of slowing down and focusing on what really mattered. That night, after the kids had gone to bed, Tina sat on the couch beside Mark, both of them sipping mugs of warm cocoa. I think we did okay, Tina said, leaning back against the cushions. It wasn't perfect, but I think we learned something. Mark raised an eyebrow. Yeah, what's that? Tina smiled. Maybe we don't need to give our kids everything they want. Maybe they just need us to be present. The rest is just extras. Mark nodded, taking a sip of his cocoa. You're right, but next year, maybe we'll get ahead of the whole gift thing. Tina laughed softly. Oh, maybe we'll just forget the apps and order things a month in advance. She paused, reflecting on everything that had happened. The holiday season was never going to be perfect. The presents might not always arrive on time. The decorations might be a little crooked, and the kids might argue over the smaller things. But that was all part of the package, the mess, the laughter, the moments of panic that turned into lessons learned. If there was one thing Tina wanted other parents to know, it was this. You don't have to be perfect. Just be there. The rest of it would work itself out, one way or another.